Each week, the San Jose Flea Market brings us stories of athletes overcoming adversity in their lives to succeed in school and in sports.
Our Therese Vinal joins us now with an inspiring story from Archbishop Mitty.
Guys, when you're active and involved in high school, you have to be able to balance everything on your plate in order to be successful. Despite life's obstacle of not having hands, Pickett of Archbishop Mitty is thriving in school, sports, and in life. Imagine what life would be like if you didn't have hands. You wouldn't be able to do your hair, put on jewelry, even tie your own shoes. But for freshman Pickett, that's how she's always known life to be.
I was born this way. That's all there is. It's just a birth defect. They call me a bilateral amputee, but I'm not an amputee.
Despite not having hands, Anna is thriving in life. The freshman monarch is in several accelerated classes, participates in student government, and competes in cross country, and finds her calling in the sport of soccer.
I think because I'm really determined. I know that this is my sport, and this is what I've been doing my whole life. So I know how it goes, and I work really hard.
Well, as a soccer player, she's extremely talented. She's probably playing varsity for a lot of the teams in the section. So as a player, she's helping us out. She's one of the most important players on the JV team. And as a person, she just inspires everybody. You look at her, how hard she works, and her positive attitude. And if you're not particularly feeling it on a day, you look at her and you say, okay, well, if she's able to put out 100%, I have no excuses.
One of the biggest challenges Anna faces in playing soccer is developing a sense of balance.
You take for granted as a player with, arms, that you use them all the time in the game. You use them to balance yourself. You use them to hold players off when you're shielding the ball. You use them when you're changing direction. And obviously Anna's had to learn where her center of gravity is at and how to use her body differently. So I think she's done a really good job of learning what to do with her body and how to make up for what she doesn't have.
When they grab my shirt, which they're not supposed to do, but they do, I can't knock their hand away. So they're grabbing onto me, which slows me down. And also it's really difficult to get that really long, fast stride because I don't have the momentum from my arms. But those are the two main things. I can't do throw-ins, although I've been practicing. I can only get it 3 feet, but...
Growing up with this disability is difficult for Anna, but she remains upbeat thanks to the support from her family and friends.
It was mostly the emotional stuff that was difficult for me, not the physical things. People would make fun of me and that sort of stuff. I just try and think about how I perceive myself instead of how others perceive me. I used to get really mad and tell them off and be like, no, you can't talk to me that way. But my friends really helped me too.
I think the thing that I enjoy more than anything else, and I hear this from everybody around here, she's always smiling. I mean, she's studying for an exam in a math class, and she gets up to leave the cafeteria to take the exam, and she's got a smile on her face. And how many teenagers can you say that about? So she's a phenomenally positive person.
She's just a delight. It's really wonderful to have her in this class. I knew right away when she came in that she was going to have her act together, and she's really mature. She's a good singer. Obviously, she's got her talents all over the place doing sports and choir, and she's doing all the rigorous academics that we have here at Mitty. But from the first day she came in, positive attitude, really willing to do everything from the get-go.
You would think someone with a disability like this might let it get them down, but Anna has strived to be as independent as possible.
My mom, made me do things on my own, you know what I mean? I had to try and take off my shoes on my own, and my sister would try and help me. My mom would be like, no, let her do it herself, or she's not going to be able to when she gets older.
Anna currently maintains a 3.8 GPA, but sitting down in class is a little bit different.
I'm allowed to use a computer sometimes, and I use this part of my hand and this part of my hand to write. But I'm faster at writing, but I type because it's easier. I don't really remember how I learned how, honestly. I think my mom just really encouraged me. I just kind of learned because I had to.
For now, Anna continues to smile through the daily difficulties, all the while maintaining a sense of balance in her life and persevering on the field. After following Anna around for an entire day of school, it's so interesting to see how she does everything. She's just such an amazing young woman.
And just the fact that we take our hands for granted and she's just going right along like she doesn't have.
Yeah, and obviously she's had it that way all her life, so it's not a big deal, but to watch that is just incredible.
She's an amazing young girl.
Thanks, Therese. Valentine Capital, the leader in wealth management, brings us the Players of the Week every week. Our